A lot of first opening jokes. Jamie covered the one getting here. Thank you, Jamie. Guy in the Speedo. That was Christopher Lloyd. All right, we're all warmed up. Good. I'm going to start with some thank yous. Joy and Jeff.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for everything that you've done for Kyle and Taylor. The Arbor. Enjoy. I was a little nervous by your speech today, but you stayed within yourself, you focused. You were scared of Kyle. We all are. Jamie, we got here Wednesday night, and there was a little nervousness about the speeches, made about our best man, right? That type of thing. You nailed it. You did a great job. However, she was very concerned whose speech was going to be better. You're going to fit very well with the Downeys. But it doesn't matter about whose speech is the best. It's just more important that the more talented, the better looking, and older sibling is speaking at their wedding. Look at everybody around. You guys made it here? Thank you. Kyle and Kaylee, they're all here for you. Scott Fish told me that before my wedding. Everybody's here today for you guys. So look around. They made the trip. You guys are very blessed. Kaylee, you gave me the two most important women in my life today, my wife and you. Said keep it short. Normal, if I speak, I speak on a legal plaid. I got the miniature one. Okay? You keep it short, and we will do that. But I heard it made you cry today. Jamie had a great idea about a month and a half ago. Everybody in the bride's party write Kaylee a little note so she can read it in the morning. So I'm going to do that now. Kaylee, sister, what a thoughtful and tremendous idea by Jamie to have everyone put a few words together for you to read / cry on your morning, or wedding morning. I had a slight reading problem growing up. You look back on this as a start of the greatest, happiest, and most emotional day of your life, and we're all so glad to be a part of it. Over the past few years, it's been amazing for me that Kyle and I have become the closest of friends / buddies, and just not brothers. With that, I found our relationship to become extremely close, which occurred very naturally, easy, and without much effort. We've always been on the same page. If we weren't, we were very comfortable to express our opinions and respect our differences. I could not think of a better match for Kyle in marriage than you. Your calm demeanor, your compassion, and your thoughtfulness, all the things that Kyle are not, are your most outstanding qualities. As you already know, there will be many challenges along the way, like the ride up here. However, if you keep your great hearts and do the right thing and communicate, the best times of your life will be ahead of you. And finally, one of the greatest memories from my wedding was about a week before when our grandpa, the Nampa, pulled Kim aside and said, "We love you, and we officially welcome you into our family." Right now, I would like to do the same and say, we all love you for exactly who you are, and we could not be more happier to welcome you into the Downey family. Love, Kevin.
You think he was done?
I ain't leaving.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, Kyle Downey. So, I don't know who was more nervous about today, me or Kyle. this is special. Kyle, like a half hour ago, told me that for the first time in his life he trusted me. Gave me a lot more confidence, which is good. You know what? And this is the first time I've been a best man, the first time I've ever given a speech like this. And a lot of people want to give you advice, tell you what, don't go too long. I was like, shut up. Got my focus, joy, dial in, right? All right, Kyle Downey. There's 3 things that we need to know about Kyle Downey, which you all probably know. Again, first time, I'm not a comedian, I don't do this, I don't travel around the world, right? Locust Hill, Kyle's a good golfer, everyone knows this, yada, yada, yada. However, that Locust Hill, he's got a nickname, or like a phrase, they call him. The biggest asshole that everybody loves. That's a hard thing to do. Here's how you do it. You tell people the truth, and if they need something, you're there for them. Yeah. Right? And that sums up Kyle Downey. Corey alluded to that last night. Sometimes you don't want to hear it, but guess what? Kyle's going to tell it to you. Yeah. Who won the other day? Yep. Second thought, or observation. If you didn't realize, Kyle likes things his way. When Kyle was 12, our father passed away. And I didn't really know how to involve him in this ceremony until Kaylee wrote Kyle a letter this morning, and the photographer says, let's go outside of their house. He's on a nice little veranda, Adirondack Mountains in the background, beautiful scene. Kyle's reading this, and it's like, he's like actually reading it, just not like thumbing through it, right? Put the boutonniere, and then we talked about the golf tees that Kyle and I have in our boutonniere were from our father's golf bag that my mother, Linda, found in our basement. Very, very special because Kyle is a very good golfer. So, my second point. Kyle likes things his way. Since he was 12, high school, Siena, whatever. He just wants things done correctly, and if not, then he'll tell you. However, I may sense a little change in Kyle Downey. 2 weeks ago, my wife Kim, myself, Kaylee, and Kyle, we went out to dinner. Little summer, like prepping before the wedding. And Kyle Downey goes, the only thing I care about today is if Kaylee has a good time. That was it. Yeah. We didn't really, Tim and I talked about it a little bit after the next day. And today, right before the photographer took Kyle off to do their first look, we talked about the tees, and Kyle was talking about it, and I go, Kyle, you getting emotional? And he's like, yep, a little bit. And it was no more than 3 deep breaths, but and then he moved on. Kyle, you know this, I know this, everybody knows this. You and Dad have a very special relationship, and he would be so proud of you for who the man you've become. Third thing, last thing about Kyle, he's very present, right? He is always in the moment. I heard a quote the other day, a while ago, that resonated with me. If you're stressed, you're worried about something in the past. If you're anxious, you're worried about something in the future. Me and Linda, we have the anxious covered. We got that. You got in the moment and in the current, in the present covered. And you taught me so much about that. And I'm grateful for it, because if not, guess what? You're missing out. So tonight, everybody's here in Lake Placid. And guess what? We're gonna have fun. So, Dan Meehan earlier was very disappointed in my clap at the reception. However, as the closer, the Sandman, we're coming in with some Downey claps. All right? So, listen closely. This is instruction for everybody. We're having fun tonight. If you are in any relation to these comments, stand up and give a Downey clap. Does everybody know what a Downey clap is?
Oh yeah.
Can I have some help from one of my brother-in-laws? Off the hand.
Looking crazy.
All right. Not yet. I like the enthusiasm.
Yeah, we're ready.
Sure. Okay, if you have any relation to this, stand up and clap. If you are a De Janeiro, stand up and clap. Get a nice rhythm going. Get it going. If you're a Downey, stand up and clap. If you're a McMurtry, stand up and clap. If you're an Eving, stand up and clap. Where's the Lock Haven group? I heard about the trash cans. The 25-cent drafts. If you've ever seen Kyle Downey shoot a jumper at Siena, stand up and clap. If you're one of the brother-in-laws, stand up and clap. If you've ever been to a Kyle and Kaylee Christmas party, stand up and clap. If you've ever given Kyle Downey a ride to the golf course, stand up and clap. If you've ever had a conversation with Kyle about pooping, if you've ever seen Kyle Downey throw a ball from 100 yards, now where's the better part? If you ever won a Section 5 title, stand up and clap. If you've become accustomed to drinking orange fireball, stand up and clap. If you've ever been Amorite, stand up and clap. If you're not standing up, I'm sorry. Stand up and clap. If your name is Mr. and Mrs. Kyle Downey, raise your glass to toast to Mr. and Mrs. Kyle.